corded microphone. Those of you who know me, I like the wireless. I like to work around the room. Good morning, my name is Zacharczyk. I'm a certified financial planner and president of my own firm, Zynergy Financial Planning. And what we do at Zynergy is we focus on retirees. We focus on people getting them ready for retirement. How many people have had that on their mind, their investments or their retirement the past couple of years? Yeah, we have a couple people. The rest of you are all liars. Okay, good, out of the room. The problem is, and there's no wonder why most people focus on it. There's no wonder why it's been on the forefront of most people's minds the last couple of years. And it's because of the economy, it's because of the environment, obviously. But most people just don't realize how simple it is. And the way I look at your investments, the way I look at your retirement, and yourself is like a sailboat. Okay? And most of you should have a sailboat that I put in front of your seat there. And what happens when we get ready for retirement, and we're trying to plan to get from point A to point B, it's like getting in our sailboat. Now, how many people here are sailors? How many people here know how to sail? A couple of people. All right, the rest of you, if you got into a sailboat and I said, I want you to go to point B over there, how would you do it? Not a clue. I know I'd be pushing off from the dock and I would just be praying to God that the tide and the winds took me in the direction that I wanted to go, right? Because I would have no idea how to get the sail up, how to trim it, how to shift it to take advantage of the winds. Right? So most of us get out there in our little sailboat by ourselves and say, oh, I can do it on my own, I can do it on my own. And then the winds and the tides start to swirl around and they start to move us in the wrong direction. And all of a sudden we're going downstream or we're going the wrong way in the ocean and we say, oh my gosh, and we start freaking out, we turn around. And most of us can't even get back because we don't know how to get back. So we get back somehow, maybe we swim, get back to dock, and all of a sudden we say, boy, we really need some help because I have no idea how to get to point B in the sailboat. So the mistake most of us make then is we go out and we get a weatherman. We put him in the sailboat with us, and we push off from shore, and we say, okay, weatherman, we're sailing. What do you think? What do you think the tide's going to be? What do you think the winds are going to be? You tell me what you think is going to happen. So, oh, well, according to my maps and the farmer's almanac, the tide's going to be like this, and the winds are going to be like this, and if we just set our sails like this, we'd definitely catch it at the right time, and it's going to push us to where we want to go. And we do that, and maybe we're right, and you know, the little sail pushes us in the right direction, and we're moving towards point B where we want to get to. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Things change. If you are 5 or more years from retirement, if you have 5 or more years left in your investing life, which basically means everybody in this room, the winds are going to change on you sometime between now and when you need your money. And what's going to happen? You're going to go to your weatherman and say, weatherman, we're being blown off course, what are the winds going to do now? And he's going to start to scramble and say, oh, well, this is what's going to happen next, and we got to change our sails to catch this wind here. And you're going to change your sails, and all of a sudden the winds are going to blow, and the tides are going to blow, and he's going to be wrong. How many people think occasionally the weatherman is wrong? Right? If this December wasn't a perfect example of it, I don't know what was. So you're going to get all freaked out. Now you're not going to trust your weatherman because he's been wrong so many times, and you're going to get scared, and you're going to go back to dock. So 2 attempts, 2 failures. Now, hopefully, and by the time you get back to the dock, all you're going to do is be cursing the sailing industry up and down because the sailing industry is a bunch of crooks and they don't know what they're doing. But now, hopefully, you're going to start to look for a sailor. You're going to find somebody that knows how to sail to get you to point B. So you're going to get in boat with your sailor, push off from dock, and now the winds are going to blow and the sailor is going to take advantage of the winds wherever they're blowing. Okay, whatever opportunities are presented by the tides and by the winds. How many people that are sailors in this room are not sure if we get into our sailboat, if we can get to our destination? You know you can get to your destination. Maybe it's a little question of how much time it's going to take, how easy it's going to be, how challenging it's going to be based on the winds and the tides. But you know you can get from point A to point B as a sailor. And that's what retirement planners do. That's what financial planners do. We know we can get you from point A to point B. But if you're looking for the future, if you're looking for predictions, you're not going to get it. And you're going to get scared and you're going to turn around because financial prognosticators, financial fortune tellers are about as accurate as weathermen. And I want to say a lot less accurate. All right, we know how accurate weathermen are generally. So you want to get in a boat with a sailor that even though sometimes the winds are going to blow you a little off course, they're going to know how to get you back on course. Right? When you're sailing from point A to point B in a sailboat, how often are you going in a straight line? Not often. In fact, hardly ever. Most of the time, you're moving back and forth, constantly making course corrections along the way. And that's what you want your retirement plan, your financial plan to look like. When Pilgrims got on the Mayflower, heading to the New World to escape religious persecution, you think they went over and said, "Hey, Al Roker, get in the boat with us. You need to direct us to get us over to the New World"? Of course not. Of course not. Because then, what are the chances that they're going to reach their goal? Probably pretty slim. Right? They were experienced sailors. They know how to get across the ocean. They knew they were going to get to their destination. They didn't know how easy it would be. They didn't know how challenging it would be. They knew they'd get there. With good winds, it would be a lot quicker. They'd get to their destination very quick. With poor winds, it would be a lot more challenging. And with storms, it makes it very, very challenging to stay the course. But by being confident in the sailor that you've hired, you know that you're going to get to point B. All right, so each of you has a little sailboat in front of you. I want you to pick it up and feel it. This thing should be next to your computer, or maybe by where your mail comes in. Because any time your 401k or your IRA statements come in, you might get a little bit frustrated, right? This is a stress reliever. Squeeze it. This is actually called a stress ball. It's shaped like a sailboat. A little bit frustrated. Okay? I can promise you that's going to happen sometime in your investing life. You're going to get frustrated. Squeeze your stress ball. But then I want you to think about it. What am I squeezing? Sailboat. Is it time to reset my sails? And am I working with a sailor? Or am I working with a weatherman? Or am I trying to sail this ship by myself? And do I know what I'm doing? So, if you're looking to work with a sailor, give me a call. Ryan Zacharczyk, Zynergy Financial Planning.